Hey, I'm Fernando Pacheco,
I'm Collette.
And I'm David.
and we'll be explaining electron configuration and outbound diagrams using the wonderful world
of Minecraft.
So, first off, this is a standard model of an atom. The tiny dot in the center is the nucleus made up of protons and neutrons. The circles and petals that make the atoms look sort of like a flower are the electron orbitals, or the path that the electrons of an atom take to orbit the nucleus.
The orbitals, as you can see, come in many different levels with each of their own labels. While the model of an atom can be handy in some cases, we would want to see the electrons and which levels they take up. In those cases, we would use an Aufbau diagram.
This is an outbound diagram. Since it is like a graph, we would like to look at the x-axis as the distance from the nucleus, and the y-axis as how much energy the electron uses to orbit the atom. The little dashes represent the energy levels, or the little petals we saw in our atom model. As you can see, 1s is closest to the nucleus, so it doesn't take as much energy to orbit the nucleus as maybe 3D.
If we're looking at our Aufbau diagram here, you may be wondering, what are those little arrows on top of our energy levels? Well, sir or madam, I'll tell ya, they represent the electrons. But our electrons are lazy and they don't want to waste much energy to try and orbit our atom. So, naturally, they always try and squeeze into the energy level closest to the nucleus, and they always fill the orbitals in an up-down pattern.
But you may be looking at our diagram and wondering, why do some energy levels have more electrons than others? Well, that's what we saw in our atom diagram, circles versus petals. A circle in our diagram can only hold 2 electrons, while petals can hold up to 6 more electrons. These dashes in our diagram can only hold 2 at a time. So that's why there can be multiple dashes on one energy level.
So finally, if you're panicking saying, wow, that's great, but how do I write this down? Well then, little buddy, old sir, old pal, I'm here to tell you the answer. If you weren't panicking, then okay, too bad. But you still need to listen. To write our electron levels down, we use a magical equation called
The electron configuration.
we take our labels from our Aufbau diagram and count how many electrons each level has, and put them together in a magical equation. If we were to take our Aufbau diagram, it would look like this. 1s2, not squared, 2, 2s2, 2p6, 2s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2. Obviously, each element in the periodic table has different electron configuration, but these are the overall generalizations of how each item works.
In conclusion,
We hope we helped.
And good luck on your test, you people.
Don't fail!